on Cheetah Plains, 550 hectares of magnificent Sabi sands. And the reason we've chosen this particular area to start, of course, is because this is the area from which Cheetah Plains gets its name. A plain, a gabbro plain, with different underlying geology to just about all the rest of our traversing area.
So exciting for me. There's nothing better than sort of not being lost, just not knowing exactly 100% where you are. My very first trip onto Cheetah Plains, I hadn't managed to get my digital map copy working with a little GPS marker that follows along and tells you exactly where you are. I had a rather sort of torn up and worn paper copy of a map of Cheetah Plains. This is a peculiar junction. Okay. And I think for all of us, there's a sense of adventure in a process like that. And of course, after time, yes, it certainly becomes easier. You get to know the roads, they become second nature.
Welcome to the vast expanse that is Cheetah Plains. And we're really excited to be here, and we're going to see a whole host of new species and new characters, hopefully. And on James's first adventure here, he found something we hadn't seen before.
I'm now entering the Kruger Park. I've got no idea what this tree is. No idea whatsoever. That's really cool.
One of the more exciting things about being here in Cheetah Plains is the substrate's slightly different from Djuma. It's far more sandy, so that gives us a much better basis to start tracking on. And fortunately, they drag their roads quite often, so we have a nice fresh canvas to work on every couple of days.
Now that is just wonderful, everybody. They're obviously not cheetah, those, but they are two side-striped jackals. And they're a little pair, and unfortunately they're running off into the bushes. On my very first afternoon, I saw two species of jackal, black-backed jackals and a side-striped jackal. And a few afternoons after that, Jamie saw a wobble or flock of ostriches streaming across the plains.
Look how exciting this is. The first ostriches I have seen since I started working at the Sabi, or on the Sabi sands. My very first time visiting Cheetah Plains, and I absolutely couldn't believe that the first animal that we saw was an animal that I have never seen on Djuma and Arathusa, not because they don't occur there, just because they are not very common in those particular habitats, and they are far more prevalent in these wide open areas. And then at the same time we had cheetah, two male cheetah lying not more than 100 or so meters from where the ostrich were first standing. And that level of excitement, knowing the possibilities, is just incredible.
Tingana, the male leopard that we see most regularly at Djuma and Arathusa, also holds a piece of territory here. Now we know Mvula as well, an old male leopard who's become a dispersal male over the last few months. He does spend time here, and of course his offspring, together with Karulas, Kunyuma and Quarantine, have been spending a lot of time here over the last few months, so there's always the chance of seeing them. Well, I got to do the first drive here, of course, because Jamie and I were driving and I locked her in the bathroom. She decided that she was going to try and get here, and as she went to relieve herself, I locked the door, jumped into Rusty, and arrived here before she could escape.
So, very exciting. And this is why this area is so important. We get access not only to some new leopards, but to the Birmingham boys who spend a lot of time in this area.
The first trip here was actually, apart from the whole lavatory story, was actually decided by a coin toss.
One went to see Karula's cubs, one went to see the vast expanse of Cheetah Plains.
And I watched rugby on the couch.